that little harsh reality, man. That's all it is.
Let's do.
What's up, man? We are on episode number 7, just like Michael Vick.
Let's get it. Mike Vick, electric.
Or number 7, Travarius Ward or Colin Kaepernick, one of the number 7s.
Electric.
Yes, sir. So what's on your mind, bro? The training camp has been pretty intense, man, especially the quarterback position. It's been a little bit of the question marks, you know what I mean? But what's your thoughts, man? Trey looks better. I guess Brock's finally stepping up a little bit. And then you see Sam Darnold a little ups and down. Brad Allen? Really?
Yes. No, I mean, it's been great. It's been a great training camp. Like you said, Trey Lance is from the looks of it and from what all the other content creators are saying and practice notes, he's looking a lot better. And then we all knew if healthy, Brock Purdy would start. So, I mean, it's great that he's healthy, that he's starting to, show himself and shake some of that rust off. But no, I mean, that's all the Niners fans can ask for is a healthy quarterback room. Brock is going to definitely start us off. And Trey Lance looks better. I mean, what more can we ask for, right? We still have that potential in Trey Lance if something were to happen to Brock. But I think Brock is going to be just fine, and it's a good problem to have for the Niners. They feel comfortable with 4 quarterbacks. I don't know if I feel comfortable with all 4 of those quarterbacks, but they do. So, hey, who am I to say?
Yeah, who are we to say, dude? When we look at the entire positions of what goes on, bro, I feel like the quarterback position won't be too much of a question mark from the previous years. I mean, yeah, we went through the most quarterback injuries, but I think as long as we can make it happen with the weapons, bro, I think we'll be fine. I look at the rest of the quarterbacks, bro. I don't think there's no other team that has better quarterback depth at this point. Like, name a team last year that went through so many quarterback injuries and still made it further.
None that I know of. So the Niners had bad luck, man. Like that quarterback situation, they've had that bug for a minute now. So I'm not sure why, the Niners have that bug, but there's no other quarterback situation in the NFL. No team has that type of quarterback situation. I think the Ravens had something similar, but they lost Lamar Jackson, which is a huge part. But I think, that contract had a little bit to do with it. And, he wanted to secure the bag first. But nah, man, the Niners had some bad luck here in the past couple of years. So, yeah, they have to have a strong room.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong room. But when we look at the rest of training camp, I mean, the only position that's kind of been more exciting to me is the defense. I mean, defense has been putting the quarterbacks on notice a little bit.
Yeah, and that's good, right? I mean, hopefully, the quarterback interceptions and the bad completion percentages from some of the quarterbacks don't lead over to the season. And hopefully we really, I feel like we really do have a great defense, and they're really just better or, just more dominant than our offense right now. So hopefully that's the case. And the other case is not that the quarterbacks are just throwing bad balls and throwing interceptions. So, but I do think it's the defense. They showed it for some years now.
Yeah, we'll see that in joint practices tomorrow with the Raiders. We'll see how that's built into. I mean, hey, you're going to give us some scoops on that joint practice, so we'll definitely chime in on that later. But when you look at the rest of the positions, man, like, I just think linebackers is pretty deep this year. I think there's a lot of talent there.
Yeah, DF, is that his name? DFS or DFF? Flanagan Fowles.
Yeah, DF. Yeah.
So I know he's been making some plays, and he has a chance to be that Sam linebacker. I haven't really heard much about Owen Burks, but I did see D Winters had made a few plays in camp as well. So I mean, the linebackers are that's one of the strengths of the defense of the team. Period. And then of course the D line is crazy good. So yeah, no, that linebacker position, whoever takes that Sam position, yeah, they're gonna have some action in there.
I mean, despite no Bosa, you see the defensive line. It's still solid. I mean, I did see a little bit of talk. Oh, yeah, it was on a Tuesday, but this man has been on a roll. Taco Charlton, man, you better recognize that name. I think he's gonna make a strong case for the roster. I think he's doing a lot more. But then you look at Colin Farrell, he had his ups and downs. But then Austin Bryant, he actually came more fresh and actually was effective. Like, I didn't see this guy do any other practices or anything like that because he was recovering from an injury, but he kind of looks pretty solid so far.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember over the summertime, Austin Bryant was one of my players who I was kind of high on. He had a lot of injuries, his injury history, but when I went back and looked at some of his film that he actually played, and his get off is crazy, right? He has that D4 type of get off. So I think, if he stays healthy, I think he has a chance to be like a rotational pass rusher. He brings something different than all the other pass rushers that we have. So I'm excited to see him.
I'm more excited about Drake Jackson personally. Drake Jackson's just that guy, man. Like, all I see is his athleticism, the way he bends. It's just, if he can have a production like D Ford had, man, I think we might be not too far off from the 2019 defense. Everybody's making these little comparisons of this D-line. I think there's something there, but it's because Hargrave kind of gives you that little bit of the Buckner version, but just a shorter version,
Yeah, and man, I've been seeing some great things about Hargrave as well. I think they realized that mistake of breaking up the Eric and D4.
The Twin Towers, man, they were doing something special.
So they were, the next best thing. Let's go ahead and try to replicate that. I think it's a chance to be that 2019 defense, man. So we're gonna see. But yeah, Austin Bryant, Drake Jackson. It's not too many that have that type of that get off that they're looking for. I feel like they're missing that D4 get off, and those two have it. So. Health is a game. You got to stay healthy though.
Yeah, it's been that injury bug, and it's been like, get this off of us, But we'll see what happens. But let's give a shout out to these guys in the comment section. Shout out to Mikey, the Saints fan. I guess he's a Derek Carr fan, by the way.
DC4.
Oh, that's your boy. You were number 2 in Fresno State behind that receiver. That guy gave you the ball when you needed to. And then you got Carcast. And then we got Preacher, Terradome, man. This man preaches. He preaches facts. He tells you like it is. He gives you the faith, man. This man he's got a good content going on lately. This guy, he gives you some facts and he tells you what to believe, man. This man's up and coming, but hey, I like this question by Carcast. I don't know about Hufanga being the third linebacker. Maybe in disguise we could use him in blitz package, but I don't think we can use him as a linebacker. Come on.
No, yeah, I don't. He plays well in the box, but I don't think he'll be that. Sorry, my son in the background. I don't think he'll be that third linebacker. He could be that hybrid, but an every down linebacker, I don't think they're looking for that. Due to his size, he can get lost behind those offensive linemen and get beat on blocks and just covering them up. But no, yeah. As far as like a hybrid nickel type package with him playing, that linebacker position, roaming around and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. I can see Huff being that type of player. He plays really well around the box. So.
Yeah, like in blitz packages, you can use him in that certain way, but I think in other positions, I would rather have him as a strong safety. He's in the box, he's consistent, and all I've seen from training camp is Jair Brown looking solidly good, bro. And then you got Deshaun Gibson. Actually, Deshaun Gibson got 2 pick sixes from who?
Yeah, my guy Brock, man.
Hey, Brock Purdy, I guess he's kind of having that Jimmy G practice effect, man. It's just practice, man. Let's pump the brakes, guys. It's just practice. Look at Jimmy G. He's looking terrible on the Raiders practice.
Yeah. Like I said, I just hope it doesn't translate over. But I'm not like Brock carries himself like a vet. So I'm gonna treat him like a vet, right? So I don't think it's gonna carry over to the games. I think he'll hone it back in. He'll be healthy and be ready to roll. So hopefully that's over.
What I really like about Brock Purdy was what he did to Danny Gray. He pulled a Peyton Manning and yelled at this guy and tell him to run the right routes.
Right. Yeah. So I mean I think that's what the players really respect about him. He's not afraid to let Shanahan know, like, that's not the right call, or something crazy like that, or to get into the other player's face and let them know they're not doing something right or they need to do something better. He carries himself like a vet, so I think the players really respect that him. And then last year he was able to back it up, so I'm gonna respect that player, and I'm gonna treat him like a vet.
I mean, he gives you that leadership quality. I guess you can't deny that, but I got to see more out of it because there's going to be Pittsburgh with the film. There's going to be other teams looking at him, so we'll wait and see what happens. But I'm just excited with the tight end groups. Who's actually making the most catch on the tight end group?
Who's that?
Starts with a B, and he plays at Oklahoma University, man. This boy is stepping it up, bro. He got more He got more targets. Braden Willis, bro. This guy's making some good catches, I'm hearing. He's like Trey's and Sam Darnold's go-to target, actually.
That's good. And I remember one of our earlier shows, we talked about how he could be that two tight end that, the Niners have been searching for since Jordan Reed, and Jordan Reed hasn't stayed healthy. So I'm excited to hear he's getting targets and making the most of it.
So the other day, like, I guess it was a few days when I got this response, but Brandon Willis's dad went into the comment section and just hyped his son, saying that you're going to get the next Aaron Hernandez without the baggage and all the other stuff. And he says, y'all going to tune in and shut it and watch my boy produce or something for y'all.
Okay.
I like the attitude.
If Pops is coming in here doing that, he's hearing something at home from Braden. To give him that confidence. So, let's get our popcorn ready. We don't need a superstar, but if we get a superstar to pair with Kittle.
Yeah. Actually, on one of my streams, I actually like screenshot the comment of what his dad said. And it's actually like, it's kind of interesting. That tells you how much this kid's going to ball out. And, come on, Terradone. I am an Oklahoma guy, but I'm a Fresno State alum in a way, but I do like Oklahoma because of what they produce on the football field. Fresno State, you got them dogs. I mean, you look at my boy Jay Harp, he's a dog, and I like them both, actually.
Yeah, but you are an Oklahoma guy,
yeah, because of the not Sam Darnold. I mean Sam Bradford days. Sam Bradford was pretty. I feel bad for the Rams for ruining his career, actually. That was my guy too, but Mayfield, he might be okay in Tampa. We'll see. But man, I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with Derek Carr in New Orleans, bro. I think there's going to be something special in New Orleans.
Oh, I think this is the first time he's actually had a defense behind him. He has playmakers all over the field. He could have, if they end up signing Kareem Hunt, he could arguably have the best running back group in the NFL. Like, he has everything he needs. I think it's gonna be a special season for him.
I mean, even with Kamara suspended, he'll be back, and then they have three of those other two running backs, bro. That's got a recipe for top best running game.
Yeah, so this is we're finally gonna get to see what he can do with all that talent around him, especially on the defensive side. I always have this comparison or hear this comparison that Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Derek Carr, and I don't think so. But he's going to actually show it this year. So I'm ready.
Well, there's no excuses for Carr now. Now he's on a better situation. Like there's no ifs and buts about it now. So you look at Jimmy G. What can he do on a sorry defense now?
Yeah. So now he's in the same situation as Derek was in now, right?
Yeah.
A defense that's not proven. They have a few players on the defensive side, but we have to see.
Oh yeah, so we got your little Harp in the building, huh?
Yeah, he just woke up, so I didn't get a chance to take him to his grandparents' house.
Man, speaking of your pops, man, he knows when he sees linebackers. Has he been checking out linebackers lately with the Niners or no?
I don't know. I mean, you have to ask him. You got to hit him up and ask him.
Nah, I think he says that he likes he likes what Warner does, but he just thinks he's not like in the same different level.
Nah, yeah, I mean, he knows that Warner is the top linebacker in the NFL. It's just some things that they do now that they didn't do back in the day, or they don't play the same way. So, and they're different.
Yeah. And when you say Von Miller, that's his guy.
That's his guy. And
that's his guy. That's what he's been talking. He told me that like months ago.
Von Miller's a Hall of Famer. So that's a good one right there.
No, because that's the only one he could think of close to his level. He says that guy that was with the Broncos, but when he says, "Hey, who's the guy that plays in Buffalo? That's good. He's number 40, but he's really good." That's how I play.
He loves how they set the edge. He loves that.
Yeah, so. That's what he likes about it. And he likes Bosa too, but he doesn't think Bosa's like that guy that sets the edge all the way. He thinks he's just a natural. There's a difference.
Yeah, and he knows Bosa is the best D lineman in the league. He knows that.
I mean, does Bosa need practice? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he needs practice. He just needs to work out.
No, I don't think he needs practice. I just like I mentioned it earlier. It's just for the injury purpose. Like, it's tough for you to get work out on your own and then come into like a full speed situation, game time situation, and those soft tissue injuries and hamstrings, groins, things like that. That's the only concern I have about. I don't have a problem. I don't have a concern about him, coming into camp out of shape. I'm not worried about that at all.
It comes with game shape, so he'll be all right. I think whatever the money we're going to give him, I'm pretty sure it's going to set the market. I think the guarantee money is what they're going into, so that would come into play. I'm guessing he's going to have somewhere close to $100 million guarantee. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe hopefully less, but we'll see.
Man, back it up. Back the Brinks truck up. Get him what he needs. Whatever he wants to make him happy. We should have been did it. He should have been in camp, signed, sealed, and deal. But I'm still not concerned. They're gonna pay him. Whatever.
Yeah, I think it's just
what the holdup is. Maybe language or some small details here and there. But give the man what he wants so he can go. Our defense is different without him. So.
Yeah, he's a difference maker, and this is why we had a bunch of defensive players on our squad. I mean, we didn't bring Hargrave for nothing, man. We brought him in just so we can bring back that 2019 vibe a little bit.
Right.
And, I mean, I expect Drake Jackson to be that breakout guy for sure, but he needs that Bosa, man. We need that Bosa, but
he definitely needs Bosa on the other side of him. I'm still hyped. I'm still hyped on Austin Bryant, man. We're gonna see.
Oh, Austin Bryant, the get-offs, Mr. Good get-offs. I like his get-offs so far. He's not quick, but when he gets on those get-offs, he can be consistent if he wants to, but he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy. So if he can stay healthy somehow, I think he'll make the team. And that's a stacked position. He just brings something different. What do you think?
I mean, durability is the question mark with Austin Bryant. I feel like the talent's there, but the problem is the difference is Colin Farrell, when given the chance, I think he's kind of shown some little bit consistency. But then you look at Taco Charlton. All I've seen from Taco Charlton is a little bit more consistent compared to the rest. And he kind of been a disappointment. He's kind of exactly the same thing as Colin Farrell or Kalia Farrell. I can't even get it right. Cleveland Farrell. See, I'm probably going to be like most of those other guys that had to come up with a little joke. But still, I feel like Cleveland Farrell is kind of like a complete player, but not the consistent rusher. Like, if you need a run stopper, I think he would be better. But when you say Austin Bryant, I think I would use him more as a situational rusher.
Situational, that's it. Yep.
I think as far as a run stopper, he's okay. But if I can use him in those get-offs and he can stay healthy on those pitch counts, then I think we can work something with this guy. Yeah. But I think that's why we took a chance on him, because of his upside and because he can't stay healthy. But his only healthy season was when he had like one full season where he had 4.5 sacks.
Okay.
If we can get something like that, then I think it's a steal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Cleveland, Farrell. Cleveland. It's still kind of hard for me to say it. Cleveland Farrell.
I like that. That's perfect. Without the V.
Yeah, Cleveland Farrell. All right. It's just when people say different names, I'm like, Sometimes people even say the wrong names with the Samoans. Like when you see a lot of Samoans with the last name, isn't it hard to pronounce their name sometimes?
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of Samoans, so once I hear it, I know it off the bat from there on out. But I can see that. A lot of names are spelled differently nowadays, so you never know. You got to hear it, and then it's like, okay, now I won't forget that.
No, but when you say like Tolano Hufunga, that sounds like kind of like not that difficult as I thought,
Yeah. Not like like once you hear it, it's like okay, it doesn't look like it sounds easy like that, but it is. So.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of spelled differently, like how you're supposed to say it. But our kicker, man. It's been consistent with Jake Moody so far.
Ooh, Jake Moody has been booting that ball. Like they're saying, like a 63-yarder.
Yeah.
Like, did I see that right? Was it a 63-yarder that he hit?
Yeah, he made a 63-yarder, but the kicking distance seemed like he made a 66-yarder.
Oh my goodness! Well, like the early returns on that third round draft pick is looking really good. If you can hit a 63-yarder, like the Ravens with Justin Tucker, they're at like the 50-yard line and they're running the ball just to get into field goal position for Justin Tucker to make it. If we can have somebody like that, oh man, that alleviates so much stress on the offense to try to have to pick up all these yards to get into field goal range and things like that. So it alleviates a lot of pressure.
Oh, dude, like it comes with consistency with him. Like, yeah, he can get the long kicks, but I've seen kickers who kind of miss some of those short kicks sometimes, and it could be those easy ones to make sometimes. But Jake Moody's kind of been consistent, so
yeah.
As long as we can get the playoff version of him, if we can get that version in the playoffs where he makes those kicks.
That was a big time. Was it the senior, not the Senior Bowl, but the Totita Fiesta Bowl or something like that?
He made a 59-yarder from a
distance. That was nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him play.
Yep, and I guess like the 49ers way, I guess we got to make Bosa sweat it. Nah, he'll earn his money, sir. And I guess without the V, I get it. And then Javon Hargrave, yeah, I just say Javon Hargrave, man, because he's hard in the grave. They call him the grave digger, actually.
The grave digger.
Yeah, it's like the monster truck grave digger if you think about it.
I can't wait to see them play.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for the preseason, dude. I don't care if it's even just going against the backups. I want to see what these backups can do. Like, let me ask you something, man. How do you feel? Like, which backup player are you looking forward to in this game against the Raiders?
Backup player, I'm looking forward to seeing Trey Lance.
Ooh, Trey Lance, yeah.
Trey Lance.
Okay.
Like, we got to see him. I think he's leading the number 2 battle. I don't think it was a battle between Purdy at all. So I think he's leading that number 2 battle, but I don't think it's over at all. I think they have to go into the game and show something against these other teams as well. But yeah, Trey Lance, I'm excited to see him. See how he progressed from last preseason to this preseason in actual game and not practice. There is a difference. So I'm excited to see Trey Lance. Not saying that he has a chance to get that starting position, because he doesn't.
Where he can build up his confidence, and maybe at some point down the road in the season, we can have him at some point. But
exactly, especially with our QB history,
they can't stay healthy to save their life. I mean, Shanahan just treats our quarterbacks like a crash course, man. Like, man, it's like we test them like crash dummies out there.
So, yeah. So hopefully nothing does happen to Purdy though, and we get a full season of Purdy and see if he is that top 15, top 10 quarterback.
The one I'm more excited looking forward to when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, man, I got to say this, man. I'm excited for, as far as like the position, bro, I just like to see what our tight ends could do. I'm just excited for just Brandon Willis. I want to see if he can make a push for the number 2 job.
I like that, man. That might be he might be me and your favorite player to watch. So I'm excited.
Of course, I'm excited for Juwan Jennings, but he is our starting number 3 receiver. But I think that's just we got to go see what Braden can do. I like to see the backups position, but as far as the backups on defense, I gotta say Clelin Ferrell. Did I say it right? I gotta see him do against his old team.
Yeah, and he should be pumped up. He should be pumped up, right? It's your old team. You're not going to get to play him in a regular season game. So he has to be pumped up. On defense, for me, I want to see those rookies, man. I want to see those rookie linebackers, Winters and
Graham.
Yeah, and him. So I want to see those dudes ball out and fly around, and I want to see Winters actually use that speed and cause havoc in that backfield. So sideline to sideline. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by whoever the backup is on the Raiders too. Like, I'm wondering if it's Brian Hoyer being the backup at this point, or is it Aiden O'Connell that looks like the Cholo version of Derek Carr?
Right. So look, my question with that is like, why? Like, if they feel somewhat comfortable about Aiden, right? I think they'll have to cut Hoyer loose unless they just want him to help the other quarterbacks learn the offense. I don't see them keeping both of those players if they feel somewhat confident in Aiden.
No, I think they're just keeping Hoyer in as because he knows the system and he's a veteran at this, and it makes a lot of sense to keep him in case of the injuries happen. I mean, even though he doesn't look good on paper, even though he doesn't seem like the statsy guy, but that's Josh's guy, man. The guy played under the system before.
Right. So yeah, I'm excited. I do want to see Aiden and see how he's going to be in that offense. So especially against the Niners too.
Yeah, especially what I want to see out of that. I want to see how the kid responds, because I think that would be their only hope, because Jimmy G, we know he has a history of not staying healthy. So that would be – I would like to see what their backup can be. I mean, I've heard that Brian Hoyer is even in the strong case for the backup job. I don't know, man. The guy's 38 years old, and the guy's got to be like –
He has to be QB3, man. I don't
he takes paychecks after paychecks and still has a roster spot.
Yeah, we've seen enough of Hoyer, man. I'm over Hoyer.
Oh man, come on! You can't hate on a guy who's just taking paychecks after paychecks, bro. This guy should be arrested for robbing a roster spot, man.
Hoyer is responsible for the Niners not getting Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah. I mean, it could have gone either way with us, but I think I wouldn't say that.
They signed him. They signed him in past.
Oh yeah. We did sign him, and we thought that would be the answer, but it turned out to be a disaster. And what did we get? CJ Beathard, which was like a poor man's version of freaking Brock Purdy, bro. If he had a better supporting cast.
Yeah, that hurts to this day. But hey, we got to move on. We have a great team.
We got to move on.
Imagine this team with Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, dude, I don't know. We have our Patrick Mahomes. It's just Kyle's treating him like an afterthought.
Yeah, I mean, and I haven't actually seen, what some of the other content creators have been saying, about Trey's body language and how Shanahan kind of, yells at him through the mic and things like that. So I don't want to actually comment on it. But if that's the case, man, I feel sorry.
Tara don't like us bringing the old guy, Brian Hoyer. Yeah, that's old stuff. That is old news. That is old news. But I want to see what Trey – see, he wants to see what Trey can do. But actually, I like this answer by Tara Dome. See, he wants to see what McKivitz can do against Crosby. I want to see if he can handle it. I'm pretty sure he's a lot better than McGlinchey as far as pass blocking. Run blocking, not so much. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want to see McKivitz as well. So our center, Brindle, mentioned and said he's going to be similar to how he was, and it's going to be a good season for McKivitz. So
yeah, just stay healthy, kid, because he got injured last season.
So he did, huh?
Yeah, because we had an injury at our tackle, and I think it was because Trent Williams missed some time, and I think McKivitz was out there, and then McKivitz even got injured. And it took a while until late in the season. That's when we got Trent Williams back.
Yeah, so were we out there with Jalen Moore
and then we had to go eventually after McKivitz, I think it went from Jalen Moore to like another backup. Like I think we had to even switch other players for a little bit before Trent came back.
Oh yeah, we can't take that, and we need somebody who's going to take over for the future. Like Trent is great, but how much longer is he going to want to play? Like once he retires, who's gonna
That's the 49er problem right there. Like they need to go draft one next year. Hopefully we have common sense. Yeah. Jalen Moore. I don't know about him either. I think he's kind of been inconsistent at that point. I mean, Jalen Moore does seem like I think in his rookie season he did show some promises, but I think as far as the previous other seasons, he's kind of like declined a little bit. But Jalen Moore. What do you think of Jalen Moore?
Jalen Moore. Let's see. I don't know. Like when I watched him play, he didn't seem like a dude. But then I'm hearing some things in like throughout camp that he's the best swing guy that we have, and he's gonna make the team and things like that. Not to say that that may be a bad problem for the Niners offensive line, unless he's improved, right? So I hope he improved and not that it's a bad problem. The Niners don't have any depth on that offensive line, which seemed to be becoming a reoccurring thing. So they have.
Yeah. I think that's the only question mark is our swing tackle, because I feel like the lineup is not a problem. I feel like the lineup is pretty damn solid on paper. It's just when you have the backups, it's like our starting tackles are going to miss some time, and it's going to lead to a question mark. And I think that's the problem right there. This is who I actually want in the draft, but I think it just came down to them thinking, we were confident with McKivitz. I'm okay with them starting McKivitz, but it wouldn't hurt to have some insurance policy. Like I know when I watched those Cleveland Browns the other night, DeJuan Jones made everyone look like ants and pushing. Dude, I wanted DeJuan Jones. I was so upset during the draft. Like, why did we even go with Cameron Latou when you could have got yourself a big tackle you could develop? Man, DeJuan Jones is like, that dude's a massive monster.
Yeah, that sounds like we needed somebody like him. Somebody that has talent, who's a big dude, who could potentially take over that right side until Trent, leaves. But the Niners have an issue with leaving that offensive line untouched.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm cool with McKivitz keeping the job, but why not you just add some depth in case? I think they're just afraid of competition for them. And I think that needs to not be the issue. If you're going to start McKivitz, then just let them have an insurance policy at least. But I would have liked to have DeJuan Jones, but then I would have liked to have Wanya Morris also, but we didn't get him. He could have been a couple picks away from us getting him, actually. And unfortunately, we didn't get him, but he could have been a nice project to replace Trent Williams because they both went to Oklahoma. But that's either here or then. But speaking of a Seahawks fan, Seahawks Andy, I think he's excited about this receiver. This receiver that they drafted from Ohio State, man, this guy can – dude, on paper, Seattle looks like a scary offense.
Yeah, no, so I wasn't personally – I don't think Jackson was the best receiver in the draft, me personally, but he's doing some crazy things out there in Seahawks training camp. So, hey, I might have dropped the ball on that one. But no, on paper, if Jackson shows up and then you have DK Metcalf who he does his thing, and then Tyler Lockett he's the old reliable right there. So yeah, on paper they got a three-headed monster over there, depending on what Jackson does.
I think as far as their offense, they should be pretty decent. I mean, it's like I guess the Ohio State receivers have been consistent lately, so you can't deny that. But it's either here or then. So I'm more excited about the rest of our receivers. You look at the guys. I mean. I'm excited to see what Debo can do this upcoming season. Is he going to come back to the same form? Hopefully.
I think he will. I know Brandon Ayuk is going to have a monster season. Debo is going to, my favorite, who I think we need, and he needs to show up, and he has been showing up. Danny Gray.
Ooh, Danny Gray. You had Danny Gray as your top performance and your boomer bust.
Yes.
Like, which one like you said it could either be good or bad, so I think you're on point on this one.
Yeah, no, so it's so far it's a good thing, right? So he's been making strides within camp, and he's proven himself to be a capable NFL receiver, and something that the Niners need, that receiver that's going to take off the top and potentially get that long ball for a touchdown, or just keep that defense honest, right? NFL quarterbacks don't just throw bombs all game, but that fast receiver keeps the defense on their toes and gets that middle of the field opened up for the likes of Brandon Ayuk and Debo. They love catching and running in the middle of the field. So
we just need those big playability, in which we've seen Danny Gray done it before. So we're hoping that can translate. But I think so far from Danny Gray, he's kind of like improved better as a blocker, and he's actually starting to become more of a possession type catch receiver instead of a big play guy.
Yeah, I mean he's. It sounds like he's out of that rookie Shanahan receiver doghouse. So
oh man, the doghouse is not a good thing, man.
Not at all. So I feel like he's tougher. He's blocking better, which I heard some players say. So yeah, I think he's gonna make that. He's gonna make the team. I mean, he offers something that none of the other receivers offer. So
he offers the speed, he offers the big playability, but if he can just turn that into the field, man, that's going to be something special. I mean, I've seen him play at SMU making some big time plays, and we've been lacking that for quite some time. I think as far as taking this team to the next level is as long as we have that big playability from the wide receiver, I don't have a problem with it. I know Brandon Ayuk he can separate well. He can make some big plays here and there, but he's not the kind of guy that's going to put a top on a defense. I mean, he's just he's kind of like a typical number one receiver if you wanted to have a number one receiver. Debo is just a do-it-all receiver, but is he the kind of guy that's going to give you the big-time play for a touchdown? Every now and then he could, but Danny Gray is that guy.
Yeah. And I mean, Debo is just crazy with the ball in his hand, so yeah, he can get that touchdown whenever he touches the ball, but he'll have to break some tackles. He's not going to just burn everybody on the defense, and that's what Danny Gray can offer, that deep ball breakout play, that game breaker play right there. And then once they see him catch that, they're going to be like, okay, back up, and then boom, you're going Debo across the middle, Ayuk across the middle, Kittle down the seam. It's going if we can get Danny Gray to be reliable in that special receiver, this offense is just going to go to another level.
Yeah, it's gonna go up to the next level. But when you look at the rest of those other guys, I mean, yeah, Jennings is a dog. He's a consistent guy, not fast, but definitely can get you those tough yards and all that stuff. And then Raymond McLeod is your gadget player, so I can see why we keep him as a returner. But I think the receivers is pretty much like a stalemate. I think it's still the same. I think there's a little more improvement between Danny Gray this year than it was last year.
Yeah. Like you said, Jennings is Mr. Reliable. Third and 5, 3rd and 6, Jennings is going to get open and he's going to catch the ball first down.
Yeah, but I'm excited with the cornerbacks. Okay, besides Dominic Lenore, which I'll talk another day about, but I do like some of those other guys. I mean, I'm just excited for Deshaun Jameson. I think I want to see how this kid is made this game.
Yeah, and I think during the summer he was both of ours that we wanted to see and think we liked his college film, right? So it seems like he's coming along in training camp. I know he's had some pass interference problems during training camp, but I want to see him. I want to see him in the preseason games.
I want to see how he can improve those areas, which it'll get better in time. But like as far as our depth, I think our cornerback position is a little better than the previous years. I mean, a little better. Now, I wouldn't say better, but it's a little better because you look at the rest of the guys. Because who do we had as our backups relying to? We had Thomas as like our other backup. Now it's like we went from Josh Norman like a couple years ago to Ambry Thomas.
Josh Norman and Ambry Thomas.
Dante Johnson too, man. Come on.
And Dante Johnson, who's probably going to find his way back on this roster somehow this year. So, yeah, man, it's crazy.
Oh, wow. Let's see. I want to see a hook ladder plays of annexation of Puerto Rico. All the little giants. That's like the little play they did on Little Giants movie. Yeah. What's up, man? We are. But, we got to just look at the players who need to step up, man. Let's do another criticism. I know you're off on Kinlaw. I'm still on Kinlaw's case because I need to see it on the football field. Kinlaw, I want you to do it consistently. I want you to see you hold up this upcoming season. I feel like you still kind of have to prove me wrong on the football field. I get that you're getting a lot of the good impression. I get that everybody's saying you're different this year. I want to see you hold up this season for sure. I don't expect you to be taking a lot of the snaps. As long as you can be consistent, then I don't have a problem with you. Don't take it personal. Don't treat me like Grant Cohn. Don't treat me like him. I'm just trying to give you the real takes about it, man. I just want to see you play. That's all.
I like that. And for me, it would be Ty Davis Price. Come on, Ty Davis. Let's show why we drafted you in the 3rd round. Elijah Mitchell is already hurt. This is going to be a thing. He's been hurt ever since he's came into this league. So I hope he puts it together and gets healthy. But Ty Davis Price, man, show up, be that RB2 in place of in place of Elijah Mitchell, and yeah, it's time.
Oh, dude. I mean, Jordan Mason's undrafted and beat him out. So
yeah,
I can see why you're doing it. But he actually kind of had a decent training camp so far.
From what I hear, yeah, definitely.
Not too bad, but different.
I'm excited to see him.
I'm not excited to see him because I've seen what I've seen with the guy. It's just I'm hoping he can actually make a strong case for the roster. But if he,
I heard 4 running backs because Elijah Mitchell is always hurt.
Elijah cannot be trusted, man. I swear. Like, if you saw what you saw in training camp, there was an incident where he actually got knocked out by one of our linebackers.
Oh man!
And then that. Yeah, Elijah's kind of made of glass, unfortunately. That's the sad part. He is a big play running back, but when it comes to the injuries, man, the guy just seems to want to come to the injury bug and say, "Come to me, me.
Yeah.
I'm available."
Yeah, that injury bug, man. I don't know. There's no escaping it. And this is year 3?
Year 3, and it's. I mean, he's still on his rookie contract, so it's a bargain. But I think under our system, we make any other running back look decent. Like this kid, Kalen LeBaum, looks like he can be a really capable running back. I heard he's a really good change of pace back, and I heard Frank Gore is very high on him too.
So hey, I mean, I know there's going to be a running back that gets plucked from the Niners practice squad. So if he beats out Ty Davis Price, I don't think they'll be able to hide him on the practice squad. I think they'll just make the 53.
I think Ty Davis Price can be on the way out if we don't keep him. But if we keep him, it's only because we might see him as like the last running back on depth, maybe. But you never know. You need all the running backs. But
yeah, for sure, they definitely. Because I mean, like I always say, like we can't forget about Christian McCaffrey's injury history.
Yeah, we got to find a way to keep him healthy and fresh and all that stuff. So, like, as far as the expectation, so give me your realistic expectations of Brock Purdy. What do you want Brock Purdy to do this season?
Take care of the ball and continue to make those wild plays. But you have to take care of the ball. It was a lot of passes that should have been picked that weren't picked last year. But yeah, take care of the ball, run the offense. That's what Shanahan wants. Run that offense and stay healthy.
I mean, just for Brock Purdy, man, just do a better job than Jimmy Garoppolo. Just do a far better job than him, at least. At least just don't mess it up. At least you're going to have to play some games where you're going to have to carry this team. Like outside the Raiders game, there hasn't – I need to see that one good football team that he's behind from and comes from behind. And if he can play that type of game, and we're down by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and we have an opportunity to make a comeback and win this game, then I can have my doubts on Brock Purdy. But if you can give me one of those games, but it has to be against a really good football team, not a bad football team, not a team that's going for the top 5 like the Raiders. No offense, but you got to show me that type of poise. Yep, that's pretty much all I got to think of Brock Purdy. I think that's pretty much the realistic expectation. I want to. Oh, okay, you got to get going. All right. So, your son's that. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. I think he's on. I think your boy just wants that spotlight, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, he's trying to talk Niner football right now.
So he's gonna be a future star in the NFL down the road.
Yep, for the 49ers.
For the 49ers, is he gonna be like you?
Anybody that wants you, huh? Yep, anybody that wants you.
Yeah. Hopefully he's that next Deion Sanders or something, man. He can lock down somebody. He can lock them down.
He'll take it.
Yeah, he'll take it, man. But yeah, dude, everything's all good, brother. But we'll definitely need to cover more on the joint practice the following week. But we can try to
be there. I'll be there tomorrow and Friday. So those are the joint practice days, and I will be there Thursday, Friday.
You can write those down for me and give me some impressions of it, and then we can go from there. But for what other topics you want to go with, man, you can ask me any questions, man. Throw the questions at me. Yeah, you can just give me a straight shot, man. Like say, hey, come on, CG, look, answer this question. It's your time. So you're okay. So I guess there's not a question for you to ask me, but okay. I see. You,
oh, were you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking the chat.
No, I don't see no questions. I was gonna say, my bad. Yeah, Jay Harp. I meant you throw a question at me.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So, how do you think the whole Trey Lance saga plays out? The Trey Lance saga. How do you think it plays out within this year and next year?
I think it plays out to him just proving himself because he didn't get a fair opportunity. And I think a lot of the media is just really eating this kid alive. I think they're really wanting this kid to fail. And I think what Trey can handle with is he can handle the criticism. He can just improve getting better. I think as far as like going into next year, I think if he makes a strong case this upcoming season, and if he can make a strong push for that starting job, then I don't see no way he's leaving the team. I think this is it for Trey. He's gonna have to observe for the moment because Brock's the guy, but there's gonna be that opportunity where he's gonna have to take advantage of it and run with it. Like I think this doesn't affect Trey. I think what affects him is if we don't pick up the 5th-year option because he's got another year to prove himself, and I don't think he's gonna get traded. I think it's just bogus, Sam Darnold's going to stay because we need that insurance policy in case injuries happen. We don't want to go through that Eagles game,
Yeah, and that's the main reason why I'm fine with having these 3 quarterbacks on the roster. I don't think it'll be 4. It's going to be 3. So no, I'm fine with it. Show up, Trey. Show up and show out, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Trey, it's your time, bro. You get some preseason snaps. You get a chance to showcase, man. I don't care if it's against the backups or some third-string guys. Come on, Trey. Give me that Patrick Mahomes type of performance, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for. He always seems to have that wow play, right? So I need some more wow plays in preseason. Just more stacked up on top of each other. More wow plays.
Randy, what do you mean too much money next year, bro? That's not going to affect him, bro. He's on a rookie contract. Rookie contract isn't like top quarterback money. I mean, what is Trey getting? He's getting below average, like low market money for the rookie deal. So I don't think it's the issue. The thing that's kind of a bargain is actually Brock Purdy playing below $1 million, actually. This guy's the last pick in the draft, and he's playing like below $1 million, bro. No joke.
But he have his contract is going to be up here pretty soon, faster than Trey. So he's going to be owed another contract pretty soon.
Oh, Brock's got another season, but I think he could make a strong case. But I'm going by what he's getting like yearly. I think he's getting like a league minimum, but I think his performance can increase a little more.
Yeah.
But I think it's still a good problem. We have 2 more years to deal with that. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. We're going to go pay Bosa. We're going to pay Bosa to go fetch those quarterbacks and get the job done. So, like, that's all we can look at, man. So, what's up, everyone in the chat? Let's see. Oh, you got to go? Okay, Jay Harp, my guy's got to go. He's got to bounce. And shout out to John Jay for coming in late. And for you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, see you guys next week. We'll be on the episode of 8 like Steve Young, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace.